Here I am at the second Severn crossing, or the newer or second Severn bridge. They started building this in 1992 and finished in 1996. I was only 6 years old when they finished it. It's 3 miles long, or 3.1 miles long, I believe. But I'm not here to talk about this bridge. I want to talk about a different bridge, and that's the Brooklyn Bridge. I've never been to New York, but I've read about the Brooklyn Bridge and who built it, how long it took, when it was built, and it's an interesting story. The building of the Brooklyn Bridge started in 1869, and it wasn't finished until 1883. A man called John Roebling was the original designer, and as it was about to start building, he actually injured his foot by having it being crushed between the port and a ferry, and as a result he had tetanus and died. So his son, who was the assistant designer, took over. His name was Washington Roebling, and he was an interesting man, and so was his wife, and sadly he suffered what's called a calcine disaster when they were building the calcines, I think that's how you pronounce it, the two big towers, and inside that, as it goes under the water, there's a high pressure, and he suffered from a decompression sickness, and he was eventually confined to the bed, I believe. However, he persevered. He didn't give up. For 14 years, he was giving instructions to his wife, who was called Emily Roebling, and she really taught herself the ins and outs of bridge designs. And so what he did is, from his bedroom, he was telling his wife to tell the workers what to do and how to accomplish the building of this, at the time, the longest and biggest bridge in the world. He did that for about, I think, 14 years. And as I heard about this story, it just reminded me of perseverance, the will to go on in the season of suffering. We're in a season of suffering as a society, as a country, as a world, really, at this very moment, because of the coronavirus. And I want to encourage you, and I want you to encourage me to persevere through this time. This man, Washington Roebling, bedbound for 14 years, communicated with his wife and got the job done. I hope and pray that we will do what we need to do, play our part in society, especially as Christians in the church, that the church will persevere, continue to love and to shine as a light in the world. I wanted to read a verse from Romans chapter 12 and verse 12. It says this: "Rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer." I feel hopeless at the moment, that I can't really do much, hence why I'm making these videos. But what we can do is be constant in prayer, and I hope and pray that that is what we'll do, persevere to see this through. Thank you for listening. God bless.